and I'm up at the diagnostic center waiting to get my CT scan, and it's right next to the hearing and balance center. There's all kinds of very specialized centers in this hospital. So it's kind of worked different every time I come here. Today I came and they said, I'm on the 12th floor. Go up to the 14th floor to the cashier, make sure your insurance is going to pay for the CAT scan and find out what it's going to cost. And then she wrote down on a piece of paper something in Thai that said, yep, $40 US, so that's about 1,360 Thai baht. I brought it down here and we should be good to go. Now I'm also paying 15% of an EKG, which I'll guess is $50 to do an EKG. So 15% of that I'll owe in Thai baht. I'm not sure if they're doing the EKG today or tomorrow when I meet with the cardiologist, but I'll find out. And I guess I received a pretty favorable exchange rate because the last time I was here, I had a $200 copay. I paid it in Thai baht with a no foreign transaction fee Visa card, a Chase card, and it showed up on my Chase banking statement as $192. So maybe just the differences between the exchange rates, I made out $8 whole. So I knocked the CAT scan out. It was no problem. Now they did put a little port in my arm to insert, I'll call it a dye. I believe she said it was a dye. At first they put a saline in and you just felt a little coolness. Then the dye was actually super warm. And in my case, it kind of flowed through my veins and then felt really warm in my groin for 10 or 15 seconds. She said that's totally normal. Then they kept me in a nice big lazy boy for 30 minutes, still with the little port in my arm just in case I guess I had an allergic reaction to the medicine. I didn't. So then I came over here to the cashier, and it's always a bit of an adventure with what you're going to pay. I was told, and maybe I heard wrong, I don't know what, but I was told I paid a $40 copay, 40 US, which is about 1,350 baht for diagnostic copay for the CAT scan. Now that seemed low, but okay, I wasn't going to argue. Then it said I paid 15% of whatever the EKG cost. I had an EKG test as well, and that was only 1,000 Thai baht. Well, the total bill for everything was 27,000 Thai baht if you did not have insurance. So that's the CAT scan and the EKG. Now, what she did was she charged me at the cashier 40 US, then 15% on the total bill. And she told me I owe 5,500 Thai baht, which is about 158 US dollars. I mentioned to her that I thought I just paid 15% of the EKG. And she says, yeah, no problem. We'll do it that way. And then she changed the bill to 1,550 Thai baht, which is less than $50. Now, she said if Blue Cross says that you have to pay 15% of the total bill, which is probably more likely, I'll just get a bill from them in the mail or email saying, hey, you only paid 48 bucks, you owe another $104. So I fully expect that might happen. But for today, she said, let's play it safe. It's easier to just get a bill than it is to pay too much and come back for a refund and get a refund from Blue Cross or whatever. So she said, let's just do it that way. She goes, I'm not exactly sure. It's not clear. It says the copay is 40 US on, it doesn't specifically say CAT scan. It says ultrasound and different diagnostic neurological tests. So she's like, well, I don't know what that means. But then it clearly says 15% of EKG. So we'll see what happens. But worst case scenario, I pay 155 US. You're just going to have to kind of roll with the punches a little bit unless you want to, and I choose not to, get on the phone with Blue Cross in the US and exactly figure out what all these things are going to cost. And I have did that once, and to be honest, the answer they're going to give you is, well, we don't really know what they did. You know, we won't know what the procedure is until it's over, and then they send us the codes on exactly what they did, and then that's when it all gets sorted out. So you're going to have to just be a little bit flexible. I mean, I kind of went at this with the understanding the copay might be about $200 on the CAT scan, and when I was told it was 40, I was like, okay, we'll see what happens. So I basically paid the 40, and I paid 15% of the very small EKG bill. Other than a little bit of elevated cholesterol, my blood pressure's good, so this was just all preventative on my part. I just wanted a picture of the arteries in there just to make sure. I just have too many buddies that are fairly healthy like me and active, and just ended up not feeling good one day and getting a stent hours later. So I really would like to know if that's in my future or if I'm all clear. So I'll get these tests out of the way and meet with the cardiologist tomorrow and get the results. I'm sure everything will be okay. If not, I'll deal with it. You just have to be a little bit flexible with these bills. It says one thing, and then you can call Blue Cross. You can say, hey, I'm going in for this procedure. I did all that. I didn't do it this time. I get a guaranteed reimbursement letter or guaranteed benefit letter, whatever you want to call it. But the bottom line is, until you get your procedures done, Blue Cross isn't going to know what it's going to cost. They can tell you, yeah, it's going to be 40 US, but you go in there and they order some additional test or whatever. And then, yeah, surprise, you call back Blue Cross and they say, well, it would have been 40 if they did XYZ, but they did 3 other things, so now it's 140. You just got to kind of roll with the punches. It is what it is. So now I'm across the street over here on Soi 3/1. This is kind of the Middle Eastern section of Bangkok. You'll find really good Middle Eastern food and coffee shops, places like that. I'm actually trying to find a bakery. There's I think it's a Lebanese grocery store I just stuck my head in. They had really good breads. I want to find some Lebanese bread or something like, I know naan is Indian, but that type of bread, I'll call it like a pita kind of bread. Sure, there's a bakery in here somewhere, but I've wandered up and down all these little alleys and side streets, and I can't find one yet, but I'm still out searching. Maybe it's up on Soi 5. There's all these places that'll make you perfumes and different things. A lot of them are closed up. It's Sunday. Yeah, okay, I thought this went through to Soi 5. I'm not having any luck over here on Soi 3.5. Check out 5. More perfume shops. I'm assuming that's what they are. They're different oils and the different essence. I think they can whip you up a bottle of perfume. I remember guys doing that in the Navy in Dubai, different places like that. And now this is Soi 5, Foodland's up here. I know I can find that bread in the Foodland because this is their primary customers in this area, but I'd like to find, if I can, where it comes hot out of the oven. And here's Gulliver's, big hot spot to watch all the different games. It's closed up right now. I would think it would be open at 12:30 on a Sunday, but I don't see the hours posted. And here's the Live on 5 condominium. A lot of tour vans here lined up, waiting to get customers. Maybe you can still get a tour in today, but a lot of times if they don't have business, they just hang out here waiting to book the van for the next day. And here's the Grace at 5 Hotel. It's all closed up here on Soi 5, but here's the Jimmy Wong Tattoo Museum. Since 1971. Looks pretty official. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I didn't find a bakery, but I found a restaurant cooking up fresh bread. So I just ordered some lunch, and I'll get some of that to go. It's kind of expensive. It's 40 baht, but they're pretty big, just for one piece. I'm mean, I know 40 baht's not that expensive. I'm just in I've switched into such a Bangkok mindset in a fast period of time where I'm like, ooh, 40 baht for one piece of bread, that's a lot. That's not really a lot at all for a nice homemade, a big piece of fresh naan or whatever. They're calling it naan on the menu, but I always thought naan was more Indian bread, and this is definitely a Middle Eastern restaurant, so what do I know, but it's gonna be delicious. And I know I just came from the heart doctor. I gotta watch it on the bread and carbs and all that, but that bread coming right out of the oven, yeah, I could eat that all day. That's some good stuff. And it looks like they're packaging the bread up for, I'll guess, restaurants and hotels in the area. I wish they would sell that to the public. Not that I need 12 pieces, but I'd probably buy it. I guess I can buy them individually, but I just got myself 3 pieces for the next week. So I'm gonna get a little naan to go, and just ordered me, I think just a chicken kebab sandwich. Enjoy a little lunch, and it's getting kind of dark, so hopefully it doesn't start raining on me. Thank you so much for following along on this little Sunday afternoon walk over to the hospital and enjoying this beautiful city. Consider subscribing for more looks around Bangkok. I'll be out and about. Take it easy.